Welcome back, everyone. The time now is 7:40. Let's take a live look at the nation's capital in Washington, D.C. COVID-era border restrictions are over, and the Biden administration is under pressure to defend another pillar of its immigration strategy. Washington correspondent Jackie DeFusco joins us live now to explain how the policy is impacting one young woman and why some people think it goes too far. Jackie, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Leticia. Humanitarian parole is one of the main pathways for migrants from certain countries to seek refuge in the United States, and it really relies on Americans signing up as sponsors. But the future of this program and the fate of thousands of people will be decided in court. Two strangers with a shared history became a second family, all because of a new immigration policy.
She thinks of me as her mom here.
Both women came to America from Haiti at the age of 21, but Berlange was fleeing a very different country, consumed by gang violence.
She came here, and 2 weeks later, her little cousin, who's 16 years old, got shot in the head and died.
Marie gave Berlange a way out by becoming her humanitarian sponsor earlier this year.
So when I saw her, I was just relieved, and I knew that I would do everything I can to, help her have a good life.
Because of an expanded parole program, up to 30,000 people per month from Haiti, Venezuela, Cuba, and Nicaragua are allowed to come to the United States legally. The White House says these migrants can stay for 2 years and get a work permit. But first, they need to pass a background check and find a sponsor. The group Welcome.us helps connect migrants with people like Marie.
That is a new thing that did not exist before. This ability as an American to raise your hand and say, I want to do something, and there is a concrete way for you to change a life.
Advocates say it's a safe pathway that deters illegal immigration.
This is one of the first tools that I have seen have such extraordinary impact.
But 20 GOP-led states are suing the Biden administration to block the program. In a statement, the Texas Attorney General said, quote, "This unlawful amnesty program, which will invite hundreds of thousands of aliens into the U.S. every year, will only make this immigration crisis drastically worse. The legal battle creating an uncertain future for thousands of people like Berlange, who hopes to find a way to stay in the United States."
We haven't gotten to that. Right now, I just want her to just, be a kid.
That Republican-led lawsuit also argues that the Biden administration in this circumstance does not have the power to create a parole program like this without weigh-in from Congress. There is a trial set in this case for June 15th. Leticia?
And Jackie, when the Biden administration expanded the parole program earlier this year, they also paired it with new consequences for migrants who come here undocumented. What is the status with that?
Yeah, that's right. And the White House actually reached a deal with the Mexican government to essentially preserve the scheme of consequences that were partially put in place earlier this year. And it basically means that people who come to the United States from places like Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, Venezuela, and cross the border irregularly will be expelled back to Mexico and barred from applying for this parole program. Back to you.
Jackie, thank you so much for filling us in this morning. We appreciate it.